Next.
Here's where I let fate decide my lunch. Let's go. Today I'm going to be using these copper cherry blossom dice that were sent in by a viewer. Thanks. Let's get things started with our roll for bread. 6, rye. Still working my way through this loaf of marble rye. I'm going to go untoasted again today, hopefully giving us a little bit of sandwich karma. Next up, let's roll for Maine. 6, bologna. Ah, the humble bologna sandwich.
Dude, I haven't had
Classic
bologna in
and
too long.
Perfect for those days
I need to go get some bologna. When I get to the store, I'm going to get some bologna.
and you feel like
I'm getting some bologna. I've
very
decided.
flat hot dog. Next up, let's roll for cheese. 4, Havarti. Creamy and slightly tangy, Havarti will go nicely with our bologna. Things are starting off suspiciously well for a Monday.
You're very
Let's roll
suspicious,
for
actually.
roughage. 7, gold dew, and 8, tomato. Fresh tomato is one of my absolute favorite sandwich toppings. Some people seem to find that ironic since I dislike ketchup, but what can I say? To me, they taste entirely different.
I'm the opposite. I don't like tomato, but I like ketchup.
You definitely want to
They're
season your
different.
tomatoes any chance you get. So
They're
we're gonna
very
use our
different.
Summon salt and pepper cantrip. Help bring out the brightness and the acid in the tomatoes. We'll hit them with some pink Himalayan salt and some black peppercorn. Gold dew peppers are a sweet and fruity pepper that are grown in South Africa. These should fit right in with our tomatoes. And together, I think they'll make a good accompaniment.
Although as I've gotten older, I kind of just don't care and I just eat it. It's getting spooky. What if I started to like it? What would happen?
Sandwich. We really seem to be hitting on all cylinders so far today. Thank you, Shaq, for interceding with the dice gods on our behalf.
What's up with Shaq,
All right,
dude?
let's get wild with our wild magic.
Shaq showed up in one episode. He's made it into
15,
multiple now.
Not a bad roll at all. The chili and lime will be a great addition here. Adding a little more acid and some spice to cut through the fattiness of the bologna. Are we sure it's Monday? And last but not least, it's the D20 sauce roll. Here we go. 11, pita sauce. This is a
Pita.
sauce I brought back from Iceland, which they call pita sauce.
This looks like
It is a
ranch.
creamy sauce that falls somewhere between a herb mayo, a tzatziki, and a ranch sauce. I seem to have missed
Okay.
a little bit. That's okay. I think this was a decent sauce to close out this sandwich. Mayo
It
and
looks
bologna
good.
and mayo and tomato are both classic combinations, and the herbs will add some nice flavor. Let's go ahead and get our sandwich closed up here.
This actually looks
Get
pretty
our
decent.
toothpicks in to hold it together, and let's get it cut in half. And let's take a look at that cross section.
Your taste buds literally die with age, so we seek out stronger flavors, usually bitters when we age. I'm gonna be real with you. I went to Olive Garden the other night, got unlimited pasta, and I got spaghetti with butter. You can't tell me shit. My taste buds are alive and goddamn well.
Looks pretty good to me. Considering how off the wall things have been lately, I welcome this calmer Monday. Let's give this one a taste. Yeah, that's pretty good. It's a fairly standard bologna sandwich. I'd say
That's
that
old man
pita
stuff. I ate that when I was like 6.
sauce is not quite as rich as a ranch. It's tangy. It reminds me a little bit of a Miracle Whip with the addition of herbs. And that goes well with the acid of the tomato and the peppers and the added hit from the lime of the tahini. All that cuts the fat of the bologna and the creaminess of the cheese nicely. It's pretty balanced. It's not an incredibly groundbreaking sandwich, but definitely a decent lunch.
This looks like a
When it comes to rolling
solid
dice for your sandwich for
8-7.
lunch, normal is a win, and I will definitely take it when it comes up. I'm gonna give this one an 8.7, and I'm gonna call it the short rest. Thanks for hanging out with me today. I hope you have a great day, and I will see you again next time.
Easy. Easy for the goat.
Welcome to Roll for
Next.
Sandwich, the series
Called
where I let
it.
fate decide my lunch. Let's go. Today I'm gonna be using this mini snow set of dice that I got from my advent calendar last year. Let's get
Oh.
things started with our roll for bread.
Chad, should we do it? Wait, that sounded so cool, falling down the ladder.
Let's get.
Should we get an
snow set of
advent
dice that I got
calendar
from
this
my
year,
advent
chat?
Calendar last year. Let's get things started with our roll for bread. 3, strawberry bread. This strawberry swirl bread is a
What
breakfast
kind?
bread that has strawberries swirled in the dough. It's sliced thick and kind of has a French toasty texture. We're gonna go ahead and get our slices toasted up today using our toast bread cantrip. Get them nice and warm and a little crispy. That looks good. We're off to an interesting start today. Next up, let's roll for our main. 10, corned beef. Corned beef is salt-brined cured beef brisket, and it's delicious. It's the star of a traditional Reuben sandwich, and I think its richness and saltiness will
Has
go
enough time passed for me to finally get corned beef again? Or roast beef? Since the incident?
well with this sweet bread. Next up, let's roll for cheese. 4, Havarti.
No, I don't
Back
think
with
so.
Havarti again
Me
for
either.
the second sandwich in a row. Should serve us well here. Nice and creamy and slightly tangy. Should go well with both the bread and the meat. Next up, let's roll for roughage. 1 kiwi and 5 pickled cauliflower. Kiwi fruit.
By the way, the incident happened in my old apartment, not the one I lived in before I moved to the house, my apartment before that.
Are actually native to China, not New Zealand, but they were first commercially cultivated in New Zealand, which is how they got the name. They are not really a traditional sandwich ingredient, but I've had them on a couple sandwiches at this point, and they're generally okay. They fill the same role as a tomato. We're getting closer to the end of our jar of pickled cauliflower. The dice have been favoring them a little bit lately.
Incident?
And you know, I'm not complaining. Having a little bit more acid to cut through the richness of the meat and cheese should be good here. And it should offset the sweetness of the bread and any sweetness we gain from the kiwi. This is definitely an odd combination so far. But
wait, aren't you supposed to take the skin off? The fuzzy stuff on the side?
Not necessarily a bad one. We'll just have to see how the last couple rolls go. All right, time to get wild with our wild magic roll. 16 smoked finishing salt. This salt was smoked and
someone said as a kiwi myself, that's offensive.
By a viewer at a convention last year. Those subtle smoky Scotch barrel notes can be a real nice addition in the right application. Whether this sandwich is the right application or not remains to be seen. And last but not least, the D20 sauce roll. Here we go.
I've heard the incident story 5,076 times right now. Congrats, you're the ultimate Flats viewer. All right, I love you, but everyone else hates you. I'm sorry. All right, they want to hear the stories.
There are a few sandwiches that QP mayo does not improve. And here, adding a bit more savoriness and creaminess should go a long way for us. I currently have high hopes for this weird sandwich.
It actually looks kind of decent.
Get our toothpicks in to hold it together, and let's get it cut in half. And let's take a look at that cross section. It looks pretty good.
I don't know about the fuzzy skins.
Monday's sandwich was, I was kind of worried about today, but we seem to have avoided anything terribly cursed. Let's go ahead and taste this combination.
I did end up getting the correct QP mayo. I did. I have it now.
Well, I wasn't sure about the strawberry and kiwi at first, but this is
pretty good.
Really good. You have a rich, salty
really
main
good.
that is cut by the tanginess of the
Chaz, this is a 9-3.
Pickled cauliflower, and then a sweet bread that isn't allowed to get overwhelmingly sweet because of those sour elements. The finishing salt is subtle but appreciated, and both the cheese and the Kewpie mayo bring in a richness and creaminess that's just really good here. It's
9-3.
Not perfect, but man, is it way better than I was expecting. I would definitely recommend remaking this one. 2 good sandwiches in a row makes me worried for Friday. But for now, I'll take it. I'm going to go ahead and give this one a 9.4, and I'm going to call it Bite of the Concord. Thanks for hanging out with me today. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you again next time.
Close.
Good afternoon, Muffaletta monks, and welcome to Roll for Sandwich, the series where I let fate decide my lunch. Let's go. Today, I'm going to be using these big ice cube dice that I got from Chessex Dice. And I'm also going to be using my new...
there's been 10 out of 10. It's not that many, though.
It was made by my
there's
friend
less
Josh,
than
the
10.
same person who made the first dice tower that I used. Josh now works for a company called Talon and Claw that makes these dice towers. You should check them out. Let's go ahead and get started with our roll for bread. 6 croissant. Starting out with a nice buttery, flaky croissant.
Why it look like that, though?
I'm a big fan of using croissants for sandwiches, so we're starting off strong. Just got to get it cut in half here.
Why is it so square?
So just got to be careful not to crush it. And there we go, cut in half and all ready for fillings. Let's roll for main. 7, turkey. I've got some roast deli turkey. It's got a little bit of a smoky flavor. We seem to be on track for the moment. We've had a really good week so far, so I'm just waiting for the hammer to fall here. Let's roll for cheese. 5, poisson. Apparently, today's the day you get to hear me butcher several French words. This is a creamy, spreadable cheese.
My mom used to like this all the time. I was never a big fan of it, but it wasn't bad.
France, and this particular one is flavored with garlic and herbs. It's similar to cream cheese, but with a little bit crumblier texture. I am spreading this straight from the fridge, so it's going to be a little difficult. Probably should have let it sit for a little bit, but we'll do our best to make it work.
Is this going to be a Allure sandwich?
It should go really well with the turkey and the croissant.
The Allure's French sandwich.
Now. Next up, let's roll for our roughage. Double 12s. I guess we're rolling for 4 roughage.
Holy shit.
We're rolling 4 D20s. 1 kiwi, double 5s, so double celery, and 10 kelp pickles. I caused a bit of an uproar on Wednesday when I did not peel the kiwi. Guys, the skin is perfectly fine to eat. And though I usually peel my kiwis, with them cut so thin and being in the middle of a sandwich, you don't even notice the skin being there. The skin's actually really good for you. I understand if it's not your thing texture-wise, but I assure you it's perfectly safe. All right, double celery. So I guess I
That's
would probably
me?
cut
What'd I
one
do?
normally. So I'm gonna cut 2 full sticks of celery. I'm not the biggest fan of celery. It's fine. I really
That's why he puts pickles in the chicken salad.
don't like it cooked. Like when it's in stuff, I tend to avoid it.
Oh,
But
yeah. Well, I
raw,
mean,
it's
yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
This is definitely
I
too
would- I'd
much
peel
celery
it.
for a sandwich, though.
I mean, I probably wouldn't have a kiwi to be
And
fair, but
once again, with our kelp pickles getting near the end of the jar here, these will add a little hit of acid to this sandwich, which we've been missing. Unfortunately, I don't think it's going to add quite enough to balance out all of the celery. Lots and lots of green today. All right, let's get wild with our wild magic roll. 11 deviled eggs. All right, cool. We'll just put a couple deviled eggs here on the sandwich. With the celery, we've almost got like a deconstructed egg salad. And 3 deviled eggs should be plenty, you know, in this economy. And last but not least, the D20 sauce roll. Here we go.
okay.
13 Subway sweet onion sauce. One of the better sauces from Subway, in my opinion. The sweet onion teriyaki sauce is not what I would expect to put on this sandwich, but it should work okay. Let's go ahead and get our sandwich closed up here. Get our toothpicks in to hold it together. And let's get it cut in half.
That's just so much for a croissant.
And let's
It's
take a look at that cross section. It doesn't look terrible. Somehow
might be
we made it through
decent.
an entire week without creating an abomination. Let's give this sandwich a try.
I mean, kiwis and deviled eggs is certainly something.
Well, it's definitely a bit messy, but there's not really any flavor problems here. It could stand to be a bit more interesting, but it works. Swap about half of that celery for some dill pickles. Maybe turn those deviled eggs into actual egg salad. You could have something here. Still, definitely not one to complain about. I'm going to go ahead and give this one a 7.1.
I forgot to put a rating.
The
Shit.
Green Devil. Thanks for hanging out with me today, everybody. I hope you have a great day, and I will see you again next time.
Yeah, I think you got super lucky on the roughage rolls. That could have been real bad.
Yeah.